It's one of the best podcasts ever. Ever. Top 5 dead or alive.
Welcome to Pod Caviar. I'm your host, Tony, in the Empire of Caviar Studios. And I was like, hey, the election is coming up in America. Let's have a post-election podcast. It shouldn't take that long. You know, the third, maybe by the fourth, it'll be done and we'll know who the president is. Whether it's going to stay with Donald Trump or whether it's going to go to Joe Biden. It's now the 5th of November, and we still don't know who's going to be the president for the next 4 years because in America, this here is a democracy. You understand that? And the people's voices are being heard right now. You understand? So, during this podcast, this is the election podcast episode. We have 264 electoral votes for Joe Biden and 214 electoral college votes for Donald J. Trump. Let's look at this map of the United States of America. What states went blue? What states went red? First of all, I don't know whether they gave Nevada. I don't know how Joe Biden got to 254 because this other one is saying that he is... Give me a second. ABC is saying that he's not at 261. Anyway, you need 270. So for people who are not familiar with this dumbass system that we have, you have the popular vote, which doesn't mean a fucking thing. I guess, you know, put it on your resume, I guess. I don't know. And then you have what's called the Electoral College. Each state has a set number, and it's basically like you're playing presidential bingo. Like, you have to add up the number of electoral votes. Whoever gets to 270 first wins. Biden is at 264, and if he wins, slow-ass Nevada is like taking forever to count the ballots. Some of these, see, this is how messed up America is. Every state has different rules as to when they count ballots or how they do recounts and how they go about counting, in this case, the early ballots. Like some states, like Pennsylvania, didn't get to, they weren't allowed to count their ballots early. But if the ballots came in after, they weren't allowed to count the ballots until election night. And then if some people mailed in their ballot and it got there after election day on the 3rd, but it was postmarked on the 3rd, then I think they still counted it or something. I don't know, man. This is like the 2000 election all over again, except this time it's not Florida. It's not Florida this time. Like, how surprising is that? Florida is like, nah, bruh. 2000 was on us. This is going to be on Pennsylvania or Nevada or any of these other states. I don't know. Hold on, I'm getting a text. Okay, I'll get back to that. So yeah, here's where we are. I mean, it's North Carolina too, but I think Trump is going to take North Carolina. I really think Biden is going to turn Georgia blue right now as of 5 o'clock p.m. Western time. Thursday, November 5th, 2020. It is 49.4% for Donald Trump and 49 48.3% for Joe Biden, which translates roughly to around 3,000 votes. Let's say 4,000, round it up. Yeah. If Georgia turns blue, it's going to be like, I'm going to have I'm going to do just an episode on that. Like, what? Stone Mountain? Are they going to have to change Stone Mountain? That's crazy. Like, that would change everything. That state would just implode. I know it would. Uh-oh, we got a news break. Oh, no. Trump speaks for first time since election night. Quote, "If you count legal votes, I easily win." Okay. Mail-in ballots are so one-sided. Okay. All right. Here's a fun factoid. If earlier today, Donald Trump was calling for them to stop counting the votes, like period. Like the election is over. Stop counting. Stop counting. Go home. Go home. Go home. Thank you. Go home. If that were to happen, he would have lost. You feel me? So this is what we're dealing with. All right. And this is what we've been dealing with for the past 4 years here in America. So if you're across the pond and you're wondering what's going on in America, this is it. All right. We don't even know. We don't know. Who knows? Does anybody know? All we have is a fucking map of numbers, like damn Hunger Game districts, just. And like some states can get split electoral votes, like Nebraska. Like Trump won the state, but Biden won this very important county or some shit. So he got like 2 or something. And I guess Maine is the same way. Each state does their own thing. And I don't know why there's not a federal law that covers this, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of argument you can make from states' rights or whatever, and states don't necessarily have to follow federal laws or enforce them because certain things, I don't know, because take weed, for instance. It is Oregon, just as a side note, Oregon just legalized small amounts of every drug. They completely made all drugs legal, but going back to cannabis, it is federally illegal, right? But a lot of states have it legal for recreational use, and the ramifications of that are the dispensaries or whatever. I think that they cannot use banks or some shit, so they have to have like if you ever go to a dispensary, it's like more security in there than a bank. When we used to like be able to go inside banks, go into a dispensary and see how much shit you got to go through and how much security is in there, and for good reason. For good reason. So when I say Oregon made small amounts of every single drug available legal, how is that going to change that state? They made small amounts of every drug legal, but then they raised the tax on vape products for up to 20%. So you're killing the vape market, but then you open up the door for the heroin market, the cocaine market, the crack market, the damn acid market, the shrooms. I mean, what other fucking drugs? I mean, small amounts of all drugs, bro. Every single drug imaginable. How do you do that? Who's gonna get control of all that? Because you got so much that can go on when you have that type of environment. Who's gonna be able to? I mean, is it just dispensary for heroin, dispensary for, or is it like? And I never looked into it. I remember when it said it, and I learned about it on Twitter, and I was like, "What? This is wild." And it's like, who are they? Is it like if you have it on you, the cops are like, "All right, get out of here, go to rehab, whatever," or is it? Okay, so if you have it on you, they'll let you go, but there won't be like a heroin dispensary or heroin store or whatever. Like if you get it and the cops see you with it, then maybe, I mean, they'll let you go because it's legal in small amounts, right? You're not fucking Henry Heroin, the fucking Oregon's plug or whatever. Or just, you know, you're just hanging out, you know, maybe you just, you know, you want to shoot up a little heroin. Fuck. I mean, that's your thing. I'm not going to do it. But if that's what you do, then that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? So you got something on you. And the cop's like, hey, I'm a cop. What are you doing over here? What you got on you? And you're like, I got heroin, bitch. Oh, get out of here. Fucking dope head. But you won't be able to go to Heroin Mart and get more heroin. Is it that? Or is Heroin Mart like a thing where you just walk in there and you get some fucking heroin and it's like clean and like all trendy and shit? How would that, I mean, it's that thing where you're like, oh, since it's legal now, I don't want to do it anymore. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Why did they make all recreational drugs legal but not prostitution? You didn't make pussy free, but heroin is free? I mean, not free, but like legal? What? Sex and drugs go together. How can you open the floodgates for one but not the other? That's like weird, bro. That's so weird. And I'm not saying it's a good idea, bad idea, or whatever, but I would think that there are other cities that are watching Oregon and other states rather, because they want to know how it's going to turn out, just like the rest of us. Nobody knows right now, but they want to see, because some of these states have these cities that have really bad drug problems. Don't you think that they would want to see what happens in Oregon, and maybe they want a Heroin Mart in Baltimore? Maybe you want a Heroin Mart in Chicago. Maybe you want a Heroin Mart in New York. Maybe. But Oregon took a good, I mean, I like it. I do like it, because I never believed in a war on drugs. It's not a war on drugs. You mean to tell me the United States can win every other fucking war? Vietnam is debatable, but still, if it's not a clear defeat, it's a win. This is the American way. If we didn't get our asses beat out of the country, waving white flags and absolutely signing papers saying we resign or whatever, if we didn't rage quit, I'm gonna count it as a win. But we can win every other war, but not the war on drugs? Fuck out of here. The dog is barking. Come in. Give me a second. Huh? Plug it up. I'm doing a podcast right now, bro. Right here.
Sorry.
Say hi, Carter. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Where was I? How do you do, I mean, like, I mean, the Heroin Mart is like in my brain now. It's so weird. Like, I don't know how it's gonna happen. I know it's like heroin. I keep talking about it, but it could be crack. You could have Crack Mart. I mean, I don't know. Crack is us. Crack Mart. I like Crack Mart. Crack Mart. Think about it. If you got Cracker Barrel, you can definitely have a Crack Mart. I'd put the fucking Crack Mart next to the Cracker Barrel. Crack and crack. Get you something to eat. Go on. Go ahead. You're gonna need it. You're gonna definitely fucking need it. Yeah. See you in a week. And it's wild. I don't know whether crack is like legal there too, but you know, whatever. If heroin is legal, yeah, crack better be legal. You know? Shit, I mean, if you're gonna fucking let them shoot up like that, I mean, are you gonna like? And it's weird to me because how are you gonna do this from a health standpoint? How are your rehab facilities? How are your hospitals? How is all that gonna? How is that gonna survive this onslaught of new drug users? Because I don't know. This isn't me, but somebody somewhere is like, hey man, if I could just, try heroin once, or crack smells kind of good, maybe I want to try some. I mean, I don't know. But then, as always, listen, this is another example of what I'm saying. You get these people that just use drugs for the first time because they're whatever. When they just want to ride the wave, and they fuck around and go overboard with it. It's similar to how I was when I was like 16 with a damn bottle of Mad Dog 2020 thinking I was cool. Like, hey man, I got some liquor. I'm 16. Look at me. I'm so cool. And I was puking all over the place. I made a fool out of myself. The best way to get over embarrassment is never see those people again. All right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know this is the season of self-improvement and everything, but we are in the middle of a pretty dicey election. And Oregon just made heroin legal. So we got, we're trying to get these heroin marts up. Get these crack marts spinning, Damn. And is it going to be like, no. What company is going to be able to legally make heroin and sell it just in Oregon? Because that shit is like the border between California and Oregon and Washington and Oregon. Oh my God. It's going to be insane. How do the cartels in Mexico deal with that? Like, what is that? Like, are they alarmed by this, or are they going to get in on it? I'm thinking about all these things on the spot because there's a bigger picture about this. What if Texas did that? What if California did that? How would that affect the border with Mexico? Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Everything's big in Texas. That shit is true. When I went to Texas, in San Antonio, I was fresh out of high school and basic training at the fucking Lackland Air Force Base, right outside of San Antonio. They had these big ass rabbits. These rabbits were big as shit. And it was like a kid that's 18 from Baltimore that haven't really been outside of Baltimore. Definitely, I don't think I'd been to Texas before. I never seen a rabbit so big before in my fucking life. It looked like the fucking Easter Bunny. It looks like the guy in the Easter Bunny suit where you go take your kids to get the fucking picture. They're fucking crying because he looks like he's gonna fucking bite their heads off, their kids. But yeah, that's how big they are. Huge. Skunks were like an urban myth. I never seen a fucking skunk before in my goddamn life. I didn't even know they were there. I mean, what do you mean? Like, I know they were like there, but I'm like, skunks are like in the woods somewhere. Like, why would they? No. Skunks, bro. That shit stinks. They stink, fam. Pepe Le Pew. For real. It stinks. Scorpions. Like, bro, these are things that I didn't see in Baltimore. And I mean, I lived in the county and I still didn't see this shit. And I spent hella time outside because we didn't have Fortnite. We just can't sit in the house and play Fortnite all day. I mean, you still have video games and shit. But at the same time, it's like, we went outside in the woods, whatever. Never saw a scorpion. Never saw a fucking skunk, bruh. I saw cows, deer. Of course, birds, squirrels, all that shit. Snakes. Snakes. That's it, bruh. Like, I really didn't see that many animals. Not no fucking skunks. Not no fucking big ass Easter bunnies. Like, bro, Easter's not here. It's not nowhere near Easter. They were there. They were there, bro. So yeah, everything is big in Texas. Big as shit. It's just shit that I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't prepared for any of that shit. I'm going to do an episode. Matter of fact, next week is Veterans Day. So I'm going to do an episode about my time in basic training. And it's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be a walk down memory lane. Isn't that what we love? I'm really happy about this microphone setup that I got from Amazon. It sounds so good. For $60, this voice that you hear in both your ears, hopefully, but maybe not, and that's all right. This voice is coming to you from a $60 microphone. Let's refresh this Electoral College map. Come on, Georgia, you funky bastard. Georgia. They didn't change yet. Okay. Whatever. So tomorrow. Man, besides 2000, don't these elections like wrap the fuck up like pretty quickly, right? Is this like a dynamic change in America? When's the last time Georgia voted Democrat, I wonder? At first, they said that they tried to make Texas like a toss-up. Like, maybe Biden will win Texas. Oh, my God, we're going to make it purple. I was like, nah, there's no fucking way. You got to be fucking kidding me. I knew Trump was going to win Texas. I knew he was going to win fucking Florida. Because you already know. To be honest, I thought he was going to win fucking Virginia, too. But Virginia is, like, really Democratic now. Now, I thought North Carolina would be Democratic, too. But shit. But I knew he was going to win fucking Florida. You know he's going to win Alabama. You know he's going to win Mississippi. You know he's going to win Louisiana. Win crawfish. What is this? Arkansas. Yeah, he's going to win fucking Arkansas. He's going to win yeah, that's Oklahoma. He's going to win Oklahoma. Oklahoma got some fine ass girls too. But that's a red state. And of course he's gonna win like Montana and fucking Potato Land and what is it, North Dakota and South Dakota. What is that? Oh, Wyoming. Yeah, he's gonna win fucking Wyoming. Wow, damn, Wyoming. That's a state that doesn't really get talked about that much. It's a sleeper state. I'm telling you. And it's like a square. It's like a perfect fucking square too. What an odd state. Yeah, he won the Dakotas, and then this is called the Blue Wall, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan. Yeah, so Biden took all those. Of course, he's going to get New York. And, of course, he's going to get Jersey. Of course, he's going to get Rhode Island, Connecticut. I don't know what they talk like up there. I ran out of accents. I was surprised he got Massachusetts with the khakis. When I say khakis, I'm not talking about the pants. I'm talking about my khakis. I lost my khakis. My car keys. That's how it's spoke. That's how you're supposed to say it. I was surprised he won Massachusetts. I don't know, man. I don't really pay attention to these states. I don't know whether they voted red or blue last time. He won Maryland, of course. Delaware, of course. He won D.C. Biden did. So, I mean, you know, if you really think about it, the states that were like supposed to be red were red, and the states that were supposed to be blue went blue. And some surprises. Biden won like I said, he won a county in Nebraska, so they split that. And he's leading in Nevada, but Nevada only has 76% of the ballots in. Slow motherfuckers. They act like Nevada acts like the election was a surprise. Like almost like it was like you sit down and then the teacher's like, clear your desk. It's time for a quiz. Yeah. Take out a pencil. And you're like, oh, fuck. That was Nevada on the 3rd. Or like they put it on their calendar for like the 4th, and then they're like, oh shit. How crazy is that, bruh? How crazy is that? How long have I been rambling on? Oh, 25 minutes. Sweet. Got 5 minutes. Hey, listen, this is a podcast. The 1 Gram Army, the sponsor of this podcast, is also a podcast. And you have 2 ears. So we have 2 podcasts. They're both available wherever you get podcasts from. And they're both the most widely available podcasts in the world. Graham and I have done a lot of hard work with these damn shows, okay? You have to subscribe to them so you know when we release new videos into the wild. So you can go on there and you can catch them. Hunt them down and catch them. Also, while you're in a subscribing mood, go to YouTube, okay? Search for Game Caviar, all right? Game Caviar is like Pod Caviar, but it's for video games. Sometimes I stream live events like the election. I haven't done it yet. I might do it tonight. Or riots, protests, all that, high-speed chases. Almost. I'm working on that. Shout out to Smoke and Scan. That guy has it covered on YouTube. But subscribe to Game Caviar. And after that, after you subscribe to Pod Caviar, after you subscribe to the 1 Gram Army, yeah. After you have subscribed to Game Caviar, oh yeah. Then head to shirtcaviar.com, yeah. Spend 1 minute on shirtcaviar.com and you will find the next shirt that will stimulate your wardrobe. And I have some cool shit coming to shirtcaviar.com because I had an idea. If you follow me on Twitter at Not Having It, I posted them there. But it's really like a abstract composition of old designs layered above one scene that's highlighted in a vibrant fashion. And all of that is on top of another scene that's the background that's also as dynamic and aesthetic and abstract and avant-garde for you art snobs out there. Yeah, I mean, it's like I got an idea and I made it into reality. And it's working. But what I want to do is not take those designs and put them on shirts. I'm going to put them on canvas. Like, these things are dope. Go to my Twitter at Not Having It. I posted them. I'm going to post them again some more after I get finished with this. So you're not like searching forever or whatever. I tweet a lot. Sue me, whatever. But I'm going to put those on canvas. I did have some paintings, but the pandemic really, like, I had to stop selling them because they weren't printing them, 1, and 2, nobody was buying paintings during the pandemic. I mean, when it popped off. But they came out really well because I have some, and they came out really well. And I really want to take those designs and put them on canvas because I think that this is just an idea, but I think it's going to pop. So if I don't get rich off these shirts, yeah, or these hoodies, oh yeah, maybe this idea is just the idea. If one idea blows, all the ideas blow, because they'll be like, hey, you're rich now and famous because you're a famous artist, while your paintings are like, you know, all over the place. They're selling. You're like super dumb rich. And I'm like, all right, cool. I have a podcast. And they're going to be like, what the fuck? For real? And then I'm going to be up there with Rogan. Well, I'm going to be on Rogan. And it'll be, you know, I'll bring Graham with me and we can show him the video of the Halloween of what, 2019? Halloween of 2019, where I was Kanye and Graham was Rogan. That shit is hilarious. And you got to see that. It's on YouTube. The 1 Gram Army is on YouTube as well. So subscribe to that. Subscribe to Game Caviar. Pod Caviar has a YouTube page, but it's just this audio, and you can subscribe to it if you want. It's more of like a formality or service, because I'm, you know, if you want to be the most widely available podcast in the world, you got to make sure everyone can get to you. And that's what I did. So YouTube, even on iHeartRadio, I know. You're like, iHeartRadio? What the fuck is that? No, I know, but we're there. So subscribe. You got Pod Caviar, the 1 Gram Army Podcast, Game Caviar, and then go to shirtcaviar.com and then find the next shirt that will stimulate your wardrobe. Hey, I'm going to get out of here because this is 30 minutes. And I will, what am I going to do? Veterans Day is next week. So that Wednesday, yes, I'm going to do it that Wednesday. I'll be back. I'm going to post this. Enjoy it. Subscribe. Listen to all the other episodes. If you haven't, get familiar with the podcast. And if this is your first podcast, welcome. And if this is your first podcast, welcome back. All right. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I will see y'all next Wednesday. Peace.